I'm very thankful that I never hurt anybody. I never killed anybody.
I knew there was a warrant for my arrest.
I guess it was late September of 2008. I'd been drinking.
I was coming from my dealer's house.
Binge drinking again.
And it was late at night. I was driving around a vehicle that wasn't registered.
I had had another DUI in 2007.
It was a sheriff, and he got right behind my vehicle.
I was on probation.
I had gotten arrested for the felony charges of possession of a controlled substance. I went to jail probably 6 times.
I guess I have never lied about having 10 or 12 DWIs or DUIs.
The criminal justice system is overwhelmed with drug and DWI type offenses.
I mean, I've had 10 or 12.
That's the big problem, right, is the revolving door. We see them back and back and back again.
Traditional type programs have roughly about a 10 to 15% success rate of keeping people off the system.
Tuesday morning, my old probation officer comes in and says, "You're going to DWI court."
The DWI court, it's something that's going to be required from you. This is a very comprehensive program, meaning that we're going to look at every facet of your life.
Problem-solving courts are more intended to help the people that we might see more frequently.
DWI court's the classic example. If the problem is that you're an alcoholic, you drink all the time, and that leads to driving, and you can't control your drinking, that's why you're there. So if you can break it down and have someone live sober, they're not going to drive drunk again. So it's the idea of throwing your resources exactly at what's bringing them there.
Mr. Johnson, come on up.
It's fascinating to watch them from start to finish. When they first come in, they're reserved. They don't trust us.
The perception I had was they were my enemy. They didn't want anything but a paycheck. At first it felt like you were just going in front of a shooting line. Basically, that's what my mindset was.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Sean R. Clerk presiding.
It was, they were my enemy, every single one of them.
You do swear that the testimony you give here today will be true, so help you God.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, family, what you do.
I've got
If you can get that person sober and healthy and well and connected, the public is served and they're served as well.
You were driving a vehicle on East Superior Street here in Duluth, is that correct?
To me, that's a huge public safety win.
Just wiped me out, wiped my family out, separated me from people that I love, people that I relied on, people that relied on me.
So 1, you're focusing on the issue. 2, you're focusing on the whole person.
You know, he's an interesting character. He's working on figuring out how to have a decent relationship with the girlfriend.
And then 3, you bring a team of people together, and that's the beauty. You've got prosecutors, probation officers,
Supposed to be 100% sober.
defense attorneys, counselors, both chemical dependency, mental health counselors.
He has had serious financial problems, but that being said, he's done everything we've asked him. Everything.
Advocates, lots of different people coming in to try to work collaboratively with this person to bring a good result.
It's not a 9-to-5 program. At the end of the day, the courts close down, probation closes down, chemical dependency centers close down. In a program like this, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Jamie.
We do home visits, field visits, check-ins.
And you've done this before, so you don't need to be able to see you leave your body into the bottle, right?
Random and frequent drug testing.
That'll work. Thank you, sir.
But there is accountability, and there are specific rules that apply.
I mean, you screw up enough, you go to prison. It's fair and just, but it's not done through shame and guilt.
I don't know how you motivate someone. And that's what this is about. We're motivating, we're calling to somebody, we're cheerleading, we're even, holding you accountable, all with the idea of change. We want you to change. I don't know how you call to somebody asking them to change everything without coming from a place of respect and dignity.
And they get more comfortable and they see that they're getting help and it's positive and it's not negative and they're not being punished.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
They're being accepted.
Not working a whole lot right now.
And sitting in the courtroom where other people just like me, and to see how each individual was being treated. They were being treated as individuals.
We try and run this place a little differently than what you may have experienced in the past. We're looking to get after the alcohol issue, but there's often other issues that kind of play into why a person's here. Work, where you live, friends, things like that. So we're trying to help with anything a person might need, like help finding a job.
I started to look at them as a friend, each individual one, but yet almost like a teacher.
As we go along, what I'd like to do is have you feel like you can ask if you need some help.
They're hooked and they need help. And what we're trying to do is to get them to the point where they really want that help. And so there's communication that goes on all the time.
I was just wondering how you think she's doing.
Whether it's just a quick message to someone on a cell phone or a text message, emails back and forth as to what's going on, updates of what progress is being made, what processes they're involved in.
It was a combination approach then, and they dealt with mental health and chemical dependency.
And then as it went through, as about halfway point of drug court, when things clicked, I started to really realize that these people care.
Actually, I've talked to her a couple different times. It seems to be really, spirits seem to be really high. I'm not going to say, she's positive, but she certainly seems more chipper than I've ever talked to her before.
Why?
Don't know.
I had the feeling last week like she finally came clean.
I've been up there a couple of times.
And that's where the court does its stuff, in my book.
I asked her why she was doing this, and she said, I have a drug and alcohol problem.
Does she have any friends?
She just didn't seem very happy to me. I was just concerned about her, and I think her being honest, and like you say, Heather, this might be the first time she's honest with herself, so she doesn't have to spend all this energy denying.
They helped me to realize that there was change needed at a really deep level within myself, and that it was up to me. My choices are what was going to get me through this.
And the statistics are staggering.
We have seen people completely change their lives around, complete transformations.
Nationally, the statistics are showing somewhere between a 75 to 85% success rate.
Is it hug a thug? These people are warm, caring, intelligent, interesting individuals who have been changed as a result of their chemical use and unfortunately have committed crimes as a result of that. And when we can get rid of the chemical use and maybe if they've got mental illnesses, address that, it's just amazing to see what kind of individuals they are.
Okay, ready?
I mean, these are individuals who have already failed in the criminal justice system, have failed on corrections.
They're out in the community, they're working, they're paying their child support. They're being productive members of society, and we're not having to invest the time or the resources into these people.
I am a good worker. I love my job.
Actually, we need 2 36-inch sills, and then I'll figure out the trimmers.
I'm a project manager, carpenter for a local contractor here.
If we were just to send these people to prison, the cost is just astronomical.
From my understanding, it's about $9,000 taxpayers' money for me to go through from start to finish of drug court. Now, from my understanding, it would have cost up to in the upwards of $40,000 if I would have been incarcerated for that 1.5 to 18 months.
They're probably one of the most important things we're doing as a criminal justice system.